I love the gray.
Oh, thank you.
What was your overall reaction? Obviously, you've seen Tank for years, but just seeing him work out today, from your knowledge, how does he look?
He looks great. He's ready. Coming down the stretch here. I like his approach. He has a lot of experience. See, this is the biggest fight in all of boxing, but his fights are events. So he's used to the whole, but this right here, this fight is on a whole nother level, but he's taking everything in stride. He's truly in the best shape of his career. He's taking this fight, very, very seriously. You'll be a damn fool to take Ryan Garcia lightly. He's a tremendous fighter. He's coming to attempt to shock the world. It ain't happening, but.
Now, you mentioned events, and I've been to a lot of Tank's fights, and that's exactly what they are, events. And I think there's a narrative that is unfair for, Gervonta, where he's fought for championships, he's moved in multiple divisions, and the fact that he's, Floyd, Canelo, these guys have proven to be champions, so when it's time to make events, why do you think people are so critical as if he hasn't done these incredible things? And then now, if they're looking at it like, if there's a belt on the line, if not a belt on the line, like, why do you think that's such a big thing when we know what he's done?
Well, it's like this about the belt part. It's like, I'm all for legacy. I'm all for legacy, and I'm all for getting the fighters paid. And that's really what it's all about. But belts, they're good. They're good. But in some situations, it don't matter. You got two young undefeated fighters getting ready to go at it. There's only criticism that because it's jealousy. And when you're on top, and you're the top of the food chain, Ryan and Tank are the two top guys in the division with the biggest names. Both are attractions, with Tank obviously being a much bigger attraction. It's like there's a gap. And it has nothing to do with the fighters themselves, because all those guys can fight their asses off. It's just about where they're at in their careers, it's like Tank got that it factor, but when you look, getting back to your question, is that the only reason that happens is because again, it's like, look at the success that the Tank has. How the hell are people going to be saying something about, oh, well, they're not fighting for a title? Like, did Gotti and Mickey Ward fight for a title?
No, not at all. It was an event.
Yeah, right? So you get where I'm coming from? It's all bullshit. But I don't feed into it, and guys on this side over here, we understand what it is. We understand. That's why it's like, what are you going to say negative about two young undefeated fighters fighting each other in the prime of their career? Oh, they're not fighting for a belt? So? They're fighting in the biggest fight in all of boxing, okay? And they both are gonna make a lot of money. You know what I mean? A lot of money. And I'm talking about life-changing money. It's like, again, and they say, oh, Ellaby, that's all you talk about is how much money that these guys are making. Well, guess what? It's a fact. It's a fact that Ryan Garcia is making more money than all the lightweights combined together in their next fight. That's just a fact, and we ain't even gonna touch on Tank, and that's because, again, it's like, this is what it's about. I'm proud, and I'm gonna talk about it. And whoever don't like it, oh well.
And I know that sometimes you don't get into Twitter, and sometimes you do if you're bored to entertain a little bit. And I think
I like having fun with the fans.
Yeah, and I think respectfully, and I can see it, that you respect Devin as a fighter, you respect Shakur, all these guys as fighters.
Oh, most definitely. And I want to be clear about that. But my guy's just the best. Again, Devin can fight his ass off. Shakur can fight his ass off. Normal, he can fight. He's a very good fighter. All those lightweights are good fighters. All of them can fight. But Tank is just the best, and he's gonna prove it. Yeah. He's gonna prove it. And this is just another step towards that. Now, again, all these guys, in my opinion, you know, again, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. Keep doing it, because at the level all of these guys are at, they're gonna fight. Yeah. They're gonna fight, whether it's
say it again.
They're gonna fight. That's inevitable. It's just when it's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And Tank's gonna decide who he fights. You know, and that's that. And they just all gotta just get in line. Belts and no belts. I mean, he's bigger than all of them anyway. So, and it's like, it's what it is.
And you mentioned they're gonna fight. The beautiful thing is he's older than everyone. So at that point, technically in boxing experts' minds, that he will be at the disadvantage the longer, you know. So at the edge, he's fighting the young guys that everyone wants to see. And he'll, you know, like Floyd, he fought all the younger guys, you know, from his generation above and below, like the Canelo fight. So would you say, like, in Tank's position, because he's older, that over time he's getting better, they're getting better when the fights are going to make, but he's also kind of like challenging himself every time because these guys are younger and always going to be more in their prime, would you say?
No, I kind of disagree. Okay. Only because when it comes to, you know, Tank can do it all. He's a complete fighter. Mm-hmm. You know, and when you're a complete fighter, you know, and he's active too. Mm-hmm. You know, this will be his third fight in 11 months. Mm-hmm. Yeah, third fight in 11 months.
Yeah, I know. I looked at my SD card and I was like, dang, I still got.
Yeah, why aren't we talking about that? Mm-hmm. Why aren't we talking about that? His third fight in 11 months, and they're all big events. Mm-hmm. And now he's in the main event, you know, and the biggest fight in all of boxing. And again, these kind of fights with because you got to have a dance partner. Mm-hmm. And that's why I talk more so about guys becoming an attraction. That is a big deal. The rest of these guys can downplay that shit. I'm not going to downplay it because it's very hard to do, okay? And at the end of the day, boxing is a business. And, you know, if you're in the right situation, working with the right team, you know, and you're very good at what you do, the rest speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Tank is that guy. You know, I fully expect, you know, after the April 22nd, he's going to definitely be the front runner for Fighter of the Year. You know, after he knocks out Ryan Garcia, and I fully expect him to be the Fighter of the Year for 2023. And I expect Calvin Ford to be Trainer of the Year. Mm-hmm. You know, they're a great team working together. You know, and again, that's what I like about this stage, though. When you step up on this big stage, you got to perform. You know, and it's like Tank is used to being on a big stage. You know, and what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? You know, on fight night, when Ryan Garcia comes walking in that tunnel, he starts looking around, and he's like, damn, there's a lot of Hispanic fans in here too, but they're booing me. They're booing me. It's like, you look around, and, okay, he got some cheers mixed in with some boos. Okay, he's making that long walk to the ring. There, and he looked there, and he's like, yeah, we did this. You know, a few minutes later, here he comes. None other than Gervonta Tank Davis through the tunnel. The crowd is in an uproar because finally it's time. They come into the ring. Tank comes in the ring. Ryan Garcia is gonna know what time of day it is because that'll be the moment. All the talk is behind both of those guys. Now it's time to step up and perform. Now we're gonna really see what it's all about. We're gonna see what it's all about. You know, they talk that talk, but I tell everybody it looks different from the outside. They say, oh, well, this and that, and they're gonna be surprised. It's like because a lot of these guys think the Tank just only punch. in for a rude awakening.
Ooh, that was like the Morgan Freeman. I was getting chills. You know, great narration. And I do have to ask the future of, you know, Mayweather Promotions. And you know, I've seen Robert Mayweather, Cormel Morton. I just have to ask, you know, from the big man himself, what's your thoughts on those 2 young fighters?
Oh, we got more than that. We got more than that. Mm-hmm. You know, where's my other young fighter? Where's he at?
Yeah, my man Jalil, DC's very own. What's up, champ?
This my little young hitter right here. DC's home. Jalil Hackett, like I said, he got next. And again, when you look at Jalil, you know, it's like every time I see him, it's like it looks like he gets 2 sizes bigger.
No, right?
And look, I can just recall like 2 years ago, it's like, okay, he was like, you know, it looked like he was probably like a 40 pound.
Yeah, little.
Yeah, look.
30, 35.
And now you look at him, and he, you know, from the looks of it, you know, unless he come off that, he looks like a 60 pounder.
Yep.
You know, and I'm just excited about his future. You know, it gets kind of frustrating, you know, especially we was having this talk about this. It gets frustrating when you're young, you know, because things happen, you know, like fighters pull out of fights and this go, you know, it's just a matter of just staying consistent. And, you know, and you look around and some of your other peers might have, like, you know, and everything is about timing. Mm-hmm. But one thing we do know is that there ain't no stopping this young man. And when you really, you know, look at the landscape of things, about a young prospect that's out there, I was like, I'm rolling with Jalil. He's that dude. Like, again, we got a number of outstanding young talented prospects in the stable. And again, I'm not singling out anybody, but I'm only talking about him because we're doing this. But I've been saying from before he even signed with us that he was going to be that guy. He was going to be that guy, and I knew that he would grow into be, you know, he's going to be champ at multiple weight classes because he had his frame is just, you know, the way it is. And again, I'm just excited to, you know, to get back in the ring and, you know, just again, it's all about these young, exciting fighters staying busy, and that's what it's all about.
You know, I have to ask while he's here, and these my, you know, last questions. It's just, you've obviously been around Floyd, you've been around Tank, you know, you promoted, you know, you even seen the cream of the crop of like, you know, Spencer's and Monterey's, like you. So when it comes to Jalil, what makes him so different for, you know, all the new prospects that are coming up that you were like immediately? I mean, even that last fight, I saw you in the crowd, like, you know, you were kind of. People don't know this, but you came, watched him. What makes him so different than all these other new guys that are coming up and they have to keep their eyes on him?
Because he got what it takes. You know, he's been doing this for a very long time. He's extremely disciplined, and that's very hard for a young fighter, you know, because you're young and you got friends that want to do this and that, but he's focused and he understands that this is his career, you know, and if he continues to listen to his dad and his team, then the sky's the limit, you know, because he's going to do his job and everybody else is going to do their job, and he's going to be one of the best, you know, one of the best. I'm telling you, it's just a matter of time.
How does that feel? I know you're used to this, but, you know, just publicly being able to be spoken, you know, in the world to see and to hear, you know, someone like Leonard Ellerbe speak of you in high regards.
It feels good. You know, it's still, you know, we're at the beginning. It's a lot I feel like I can show. Like, I still feel like I ain't digging my bag yet. Like, I ain't really had to open up too much. But as my career goes on, competition gets better, I'll definitely be able to open up my bag and, you know, be able to back his words up, you know. Because right now it's just words. You know, they want to see something special. As we get more and more tougher opponents, I'll be able to open up more and show y'all why he's so confident.
And you're on the Tank card coming up, as always, as usual. So I appreciate you guys' time. Looking forward to April 26th.
Yeah,
another event, and the whole world will be watching.
Yeah, so biggest fight in all of boxing.
Awesome. Thank you.